I'm real worried today. Welcome to the live stream. Well, I got a few text messages right before I started, so I was just making sure I read them correctly. I don't know how they don't realize where I live. I'm in apartment 47. But I guess they'll figure it out when they see this. Or they see their number on Instagram, whichever comes first, right? Months and months and months. Racism was the topic. Hate, discrimination. And then you added mental health. As you texted me, you wanted to add that in. So, job, get a job, right? We're working on getting a job. The whole building, right? We're starting with this building, number 1. Well, you guys wanted to go over the Tim Horton story, right? And then the home invasion story. So that's what we're going to go over. Okay, we are in Malton. We all know that, right? We have no choice now. You involved me into your lives. I don't have many choices now. Are they not the real police? Is this not the real Peel region? So how many times if something happens to you, what are you texting my phone and abusing me for? So I have to do this live stream, apparently, because you don't understand. So, back to right here in Malton. Racism, hate, discrimination, color, race, and religion. Then we'll get into mental health. Because depression, anxiety, fear, intimidation, the results of what you do when people bully you or any of these, right? If they're racist toward you, if you're a victim of hate or discrimination, what happens to you? So we'll get into mental health eventually. To start with is easy. When you're born to your parents from where? So who teaches you? Depends where you're born. Where were you born? Okay, so how old are you when you go to school? And then in school, what happens? You're with kids who are what color? Well, if you're a kid, what do you see? You don't know their race, religion, and background. You know what about them? How old are you? 5 when you go to kindergarten? If you go to preschool or the hub or anything like that in Malton, that's a different story. So then when do you learn about different colors of people? The question was, where do you learn racism and hate and discrimination from? Who teaches that to you? Is it at home or when you go into school or is it your friends? Where do you learn it from? When did you start saying it out loud? Isn't that the problem? You started telling other people out loud. So then they started what? Doing things to you? When did it become a problem? If people were racist, had issues, but they never said anything, how would you know? Okay, start with the basic. What is the reason you're hating them? Their color? Their religion? Something they did to you? What's the reason? In case you're following along in the comments, you can read along. Okay. Tolerance education. What age do you learn? Who teaches you? Home or school? Putting as many as I can. Maybe you'll think of who it is as you read them. It'll help you remember where you started being mean and cruel to people and telling them things you shouldn't. Because they'd probably beat you up in person, right? Okay, we'll get to social media and when that started. Eventually, I guess. Well, too comfortable on social media, right? You never see them in person, so you get comfortable telling them whatever you want. But if they were there in front of you, you wouldn't say it, right? Somewhere we went over that one. You wouldn't tell them to their face because the same reason. They beat you up. When? I don't know when. You guys are the mean ones. You tell me. Is it the children or the adults? It's a systemic? Oh, that's what I heard. They're probably listening. What's equality? Speaking of that, diversity. Equity, inclusion, and then the last one was accessibility. So that was based on what? All those things I posted earlier from all those websites? Oh, you want to talk about mental health to me? What hospital do you all go to? If it's the psychiatric ward or the addict ward at Etobicoke Hospital. That's CAMH, right? That runs Etobicoke. So if you've ever been there, where do you think you went? Which one do you have in the US, no matter your race? What, inclusion? The same equity, diversity, equity, and inclusion? Well, it's been like how many years they've been teaching it, right? Uh-huh. The point is finding out why there's still hate crime, racism, and discrimination if you've been working on that for 6 years. It seems to have gotten worse if people are texting my phone as of today, right? Right before this live stream. So what does diversity mean? What does equity mean? That's what I was trying to find out, according to who? I posted the websites those videos were from, right? That's why I read them from the websites. Okay, what's inclusion mean? Including who? They think it's a joke. He's still texting me. 7-Eleven. Did you put a job application in yet? No, but watch this one. The phone number that called me is 313-757-5703. Do you know who that is? I'm making a video resume for the police just in case. Okay? Where you at, Amy? I was at your place. You wasn't there. 7:01 p.m. 386-682-9415. Well, I'm in my apartment right now doing a live stream. So maybe you'll see this on YouTube or somewhere later in Malton. Maybe you can explain why you're texting me still. For all the victims who are actually trying to get help. Well, we went over, right? When I look for any job, I used to work as an at-home call center agent. So that was many, many years ago. We went over why I can't do that because you're not allowed to work from inside of here. Remember that one? You can't make money from in your apartment, in your unit. Or exactly. Well, in the comment, you mentioned broke brain. So you want to tell me what that means? We're in Malton. You are going to get serious. You have mental health for what? Then explain to me why you're calling people and using the services. Yes, you are. Because? They're going to understand. They've been pushing mental health and the police and decreasing and increasing. How many of them are gone? Right here in Malton. Nobody's laughing. You keep texting me, I'm schizophrenic. Why is he dead? Are you sure now of what? All of them. Where do you think you are? Where do you think the buildings are under our cell? From the mall. Where do you think the library is from the mall? The community center. Where do you think it is from the mall? Where do you think that bus terminal is in Malton? You can always leave the live stream. That was my best suggestion, to leave it. Okay, let's go over the story of the Tim Hortons. What happened at the Tim Hortons? What time was that in the morning? 5 or 6? So they probably just opened, right? And he went in and did what? What did it look like in the video he did? No, I don't want views. I want the actual police to find the people texting my phone and do something to them. Kind of like how your accounts are attached to what? Your Gmail? Your phone? Which one? Oh, all. Instagram, Twitter, X, YouTube, all of them. Okay, back to the home invasion story then. They charged the homeowner because he attacked the guy who broke in. So we were going over earlier how that's similar to this building and the problem I've been going through, right? And the front doors and all the doors having no locks and anybody getting in. Kind of similar, isn't that invasion? If everybody lives inside the building and anybody can get in the doors, how is that different? Just keep commenting here. How many units are in this building? I told you the whole building. You keep saying the whole building in me, right? Now it's everywhere. The point of this is what you keep texting me and why you're not in jail. Now back to why. Was that not the real police? The Tim Hortons and the break-in? Where are they? That's not court? No, every tenant in this building. I told you I want to see your lease. You want to make jokes now? Tell us what unit you're in. We all know I'm in apartment 47. Tell us. Start with 1. Go ahead. Too long. Am I going to go over in person? I moved in January 31st, 2024. Amy Seukeran. Remember that? Apartment 47? Now I had to put it on a YouTube live stream for the whole world and put it up on YouTube because Malton can't understand. The police can't understand what's going on. The tenants can't understand what they're doing. Long-term effects. I told you I'm not waiting for long-term effects. Where in what world do you move into an apartment and you have to go through this? Why shouldn't they be in jail? Where do strangers come in whenever they want? Accuse you of being crazy. Accuse you of what? Have their friends help and they get away. Where? Where do you get threatened if you call the police on someone who intimidates you when you have your own apartment? What world? There are 4 buildings under the same management, right? When you complain, who do you go to? The manager? So do we all understand it's the same management? I put my lease up how many times on social media? It has my name on the lease and the unit number. Do you understand how ridiculous this is going to look? Why would I move out? I want to hear that one. Why would I ever move out? Because I'm sitting here in my apartment 47. You're arguing over what? They see me sitting on the rock outside when I need to smoke my medical Mary Jane. Again, I can't control when I'm nauseous, right? Lifelong nausea. They're sitting here in their units, and I can smell it through the window. This window behind me, for one. At all times of the morning. When I'm nauseous, I open the window, right, to get fresh air. They're seeing me from the parking lot and texting my phone and doing all kinds of things to me, and I'm going to sit here again. Take a good look at the window. If you ever see the strip of light from the outside, the strip of lights flashing, that's this window. You count the days now when I moved in. Remember every service? You're going to show them all that money they're spending to find housing, right, for victims of abuse. And then when they move in, what's going to happen to them? Well, it's all on record now for everyone to know. So is the stew real now? Maybe. Maybe what? Well, let's go back to the earliest Canadian mental health and who wanted them to do what. Do you understand I'm a 46-year-old female? You were the ones talking, right? Have units for human trafficking, calling paramedics, fire, and police to do what? You wanted a unit because you didn't want the police to show up, right? You wanted mental health workers to do what? Take you where? What were the mental health workers to take you for? Take you where? To what hospital? For what? Why didn't you want the police there? You said they were inappropriate. They're not the appropriate ones to show up for the call, right? So explain it. Well, it's not personal drama. It's your lives now in this building. All of Malton, all of mental health, all of the police, the homeless shelters, right? All the Tim Hortons, all the brown people. Hate, discrimination, racism. Go for it in Malton. I am right here telling you. It's a cold world. That's so cute. Just left a comment telling me it's a cold world. Mm, 26 minutes. Yeah, it's a cold world. So I think I'm going to end this live stream and go enjoy the rest of my night. It's a cold world. I won't go till half an hour. Well, I'm going to go take pictures of Malton and show them themselves. What do you want to talk about quick before I go? Why people do the things they do? Why they get revenge? Why do you think that is? Did you read the comment? What you texted me about? My parents have what to do with me. I'm 46, living in my own apartment. Why are you mentioning my parents? Do you want to go get yours? I would love to know how old you are, but you guys don't put that, right? I know. I'm going to remember every time I walk around Malta now. It's a cold world, you told me. Oh, I'll remember that one. You're actually complaining if I shut down the food bank, if I don't let you come into the building to sleep in here. It's a cold world for you. I'm sitting here. Why shouldn't do things to you? You have the nerve to tell me it's a cold world. Oh, the little boy's better. Remember this. When the hub closes and they can't go there for free food, all of them, the men, the women, which one? When winter comes, you'll watch this one. And they what? They're freezing? They want to go and where? Yeah, this year, right? They're going to open Victory Hall. The homeless are going to disappear from Malton? You're lying to yourselves. How many times? Why are you even bothering? You don't use the food bank anywhere in Malton? None of you? You don't go Tim Hortons? It's a cold world. I want them to remember this in Malton every time. Every time they were on the bus when I was homeless and they wanted a free ride. Every time they went into Tim Hortons and wanted a free Timbit or a free coffee or whatever they wanted. When I was homeless and paying for everything that I got. That one I want them to remember. I'm being mean to them. I'm harassing Malton, remember? That's what you told me earlier? So, say it too many times and I'll make it true. I have my own home. I'm not going to any food bank. Bundle up, it's cold winter. Well, look at that. I have my own home and I don't go to any food bank too. Oh well, half an hour. I hope you enjoyed the live stream on hate motivated crime, right? Hate motivated crime. Why people do things to people based on hate. My live stream. Why I shouldn't do something to Malton because of what you text me. Go ahead, this is where you laugh all night. Enjoy your night, Malton.